Hello? You know that scene in Harry Potter, the one with the guy, the magical me dude? Hold on. 1 second. And he's like, "Can you hear me? Can you see me? Whatever." I feel like I need that clip. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Oh my god, I sound so loud. Let me turn myself down. Hello. I'm breathing hard right now because I am late and I ran in here. That's a lie. I fast walked. I'm like, oh, does it probably sounds better if I say I ran. No, I didn't run. I fast walked. I'm like holding my breath because I'm watching my audio. I just got woken up. My laptop volume was at 100%. Hola, Patricia. Hello. Your first live? Holy crap. Oh, my Lanta. Sorry about yesterday. I had a little bit of a meltdown, and I will show you what I was able to do. So, instead of finding the average for the temperature blanket, I'm like, I'll just do the city that my husband is living in Japan, because then it's like, I have a blanket to remember all the time spent apart. And so I'm doing some type of fan. This is my little. Unfortunately, I've only gotten to use gray so far. Yikes. I'm doing this. Oh, come on. Let's focus. It's like a fan. It's going to have these little berries right there. I don't know. So I've got, this is 1, 2, 3. I think this is 5 rows of the gray, 1 row of the light. You can't see it because it's going to blend. And it's going to be a lap blanket for streaming. Caca. Sorry if my fingers look dry. I sanded them down because they're growing out. And I'm going to put a shiny coat on. Lunch break, let's go. Hello. Kate, hello. Hello, Melissa. Hi. Danielle, how long have you been following the channel? Or have you been lurking and this is your first live and you've been here for a while? Alexis, hero, Eclectic Mima, Miss Yvonne, Rosie, Sarah, Signe, hello. My dog's coming in. He's gonna break through the curtains. Champion, what doing? Capperburger. If my audio is too loud, let me know. We're gonna be watching Courtney Critz, the overlord in her team. I say overlord. I'm just talking about the position up here. She has a huge team, and she is a royal crowned diamond. And all of her stuff is password protected on Vimeo, but unfortunately, guess who has the password? Me and some other anti-MLM creators. Yes, I love that, Charlene. Member for 5 months? Let's go. I love it. Des, how are you? So when I went and I was like, when's the best time for me to go live? It's probably not at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Guess it's this time. Kind of noon. Noon to 1 p.m. is the best time for me to go live. Overlord isn't inaccurate when it comes to some of these leaders. You know what? That makes sense. Hello to Instagram and X. Ugh, I'm sorry. I hope it's not too much of a trash fire over there. And Facebook. And if you want to hang out with most of the chatters, it's going to be over here on YouTube. How am I feeling today? I started there. So I was spiraling. And so I calmed down. I watched Amazing Race. And then I tagged Lynn because it was doing a Norway thing. Then I was having a meltdown because I couldn't find the temperatures I wanted. So then I found the temperatures. I started the blanket. I undid it. And then it didn't come up. I did this pattern. So I think like doing something over and over and over and over again helped me. And now we're here with Waterloo. Tori, you're able to sneak on alive. I hope you're doing well. I only ever get the notifications on Insta, and then I come here. See? See? I can't see what this little guy is. What is that emote? May the may the odds be ever in your favor. I love that. Oh, let's go. Deanna, how are you? Jessica, did you sneak in here? Passwords? Yikes. I'm sorry you're gonna hear me drink out of my drink. I can hear it myself. I'm so sorry. Can I do this? I'll mute myself when I drink, okay? We're starting at the very beginning. A very good place to start. I'm gonna play the disclaimer, and I'm gonna fix my mouse scroll because, well, maybe I don't. I guess it's reversed. Okay, 1 second. Oh my god, crap. Now I have to go sing the entire song. What have you done, DC? I'm just about to wreck your life. I'm sorry, I didn't, I can't read. Drink your drink, babes. I have some Coca-Cola. I had a cane sugar Coca-Cola. It is next level good. Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna. I was like at that spirally moment. Well, it was other stuff that happened too, and I was like, I'm never gonna find the temperatures I need. And then I was like, if you were telling someone to problem solve, what would you tell them? And then I was like, Japan. So, live chat. What trouble do you want Jessica and I to get into this week? Let's go. What? I have not. Oh my gosh. I love your username, and I love that you have elephants. I love it. I love it. I love it. Big trouble, says Patricia. What is a double in Dr. Pepper? Thank you. I cut it. I also haven't colored it in a while, which is why we're off color, but that's okay. Oh my god, I need to try it. Oh my god. We've got some chat rules in the well, maybe they're not in the description, but basically they're on the intro. Don't be a dick. Essentially, if you're looking for the snark notes, don't be a dick, okay? No name calling. This isn't Snarkmas. Let's listen to Courtney. Auntie Leshy. Do you want to listen to Courtney? I feel like I'm too close. I did a profile picture update and added the elephants. Love your profile picture as well. I got distracted by the floofs because that's what happens. Jessica, I'll text you. All right, present, share screen, share tab audio. We're going to share system audio. Share. Be careful when sharing screen audio if you have a guest. Okay, got it. No guest today. This is a tension rod that goes like 14 feet, and I hung curtains so I have a little side room next to my bed when I'm feeling like shit. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I'm a windshield wiper person. It just is going like angles now. And it's not the whatever the kids are doing. It's a broken windshield wiper. Rooting to being hero. Which Courtney? Also, yes. Oh, whatever Courtney people want. Also, Melissa, I need to text you about pancakes. Well, I guess I need to Instagram you, but if you want me to give you my phone number, I can do that too. I wanted to knit, but I have a cat kneading where my yarn is supposed to be. The cat is first priority. I literally had a dream where I came and visited you, and I was like, and then after I visited you, I flew to Norway to visit Lynn. It's just good? Cool. Could join for a bit, then I have a Zoom call. Good luck. Okay, we'll get started. I'll stop running my mouth. Actually, I won't, because it's a commentary channel. Oh, sorry. Welcome to the new year, DC. I've been battling multi-level marketing companies and technical difficulties since 2022. I was in Young Living. I feel like I give a certain insight because I got sucked in, and I also was on one of, if not the top team in Young Living, who had the highest recruiting rates and had some of the biggest months nesting well. I wasn't on Courtney Critz's team, but people on Courtney, well, I guess maybe in her overall downline, people on Courtney Critz's team were in my upline. So I guess I was on her team-ish. Content warning, fuckery. Content warning, health and wellness claims, weight loss, fluffery, all of the nonsense. If that's going to be really difficult for you to watch, this might not be the stream for you. Maybe come back for a Disney Dreamlight Valley stream, or maybe come back for a crafting stream, or maybe come back for like Bomb Party. Oh, dear God. We accidentally locked my cat in our bedroom while we were at the in-laws for 13 hours, and she, Charlotte the cat, peed all over only Fallon's clothes. Charlotte was big mad. She loves me best. No kidding. Oh my God. What? That dream makes sense because there's a nonstop from PDX to Norway, and like I wouldn't go to, let's plan a trip. Content warning fuckery is pretty much standard for all MLM videos. 𝐔𝐒𝐄 100%. Got stuck in his water bottle holder. I had a what's it called? I had a hamster, but it was small, a dwarf hamster. That's what they're called. And his name was Pippin. And I couldn't hold him a ton because he bit me every time I wanted to like put my hand down and him come into my hand so I could hold him. So he was very unhappy. But I know there's some like, and I know gerbils are not the same as hamsters. I was just like, oh yeah, I had a small Lord of the Rings named Floof, named Pippin. Short King. Hey, howdy, hey, Hannah P. You could do a layover in Florida. Let's go. Jessica, let's do it. Okay, add to stage. This is Courtney Critz. Yikes. I only say yikes because, like, we're about to listen to some stuff, and she's pretty twisty. What about second breakfast? Yes. Okay. Please let me know if you can hear her.
Really good week. Excited to talk to you about this topic. This is a fun one to teach and one that
Yeah, this lady is a major trigger warning. Pseudoscience, essential oils, fixing things that only I think doctors and medicine can fix, but essential oils, ADHD, twisty fuckery. Can y'all hear? My husband had a pet gerbil and a cow. What? I'm gonna put myself up here because Instagram, if this is a little too small, you can come over and hang out and until Instagram and until StreamYard fixes their like layout. I'm upstairs and I can't like do the layout if I was gonna stream like thin. So, can y'all hear? No? Yeah, this lady's wild. So this is the title. The title of this is the title of her thing in the app. A different look at weight loss. Right. Young Living. Young freaking Living. And she's been in forever. Is my audio trash? Do I need to, like, should I step back a little bit? Audio's all good. Okay, cool. After last night, I was like, what is happening? But we're good now. Yes. Okay, play.
I have always enjoyed, because I enjoy turning a conversation that you're used to hearing talked about one way. I enjoy turning it on its head and helping us to think about it differently, helping us.
Are you helping us? And you certainly do turn it on its head. Oh my God. Ma'am? What?
Us to ask ourselves some hard questions, ask ourselves some deep questions, and make sure that we don't have thoughts and patterns that are not serving us in terms of our thoughts around something. And I think that
I don't think Young Living's serving anybody on your team except you and your upper tiers downlines like pocketbooks. So what? Cena, hello. Ma'am, not everything needs to be turned on its head. Some things are just fine in an upright position. Yes.
there might not be anything more than this topic that we might have some upside down thoughts about. And so that's why I titled this class the way that I did, because I think that we hear these honestly super confusing conversations around weight loss, right? Do you ever feel very confused when you go and listen to things about this?
You know who doesn't confuse me? My registered dietitian. You know who doesn't confuse people? Licensed professionals, ethical people. Like, come on. Oh no, beauty school dropout. Hello. I think because she thinks that she makes a ton of money in Young Living that she's qualified, because what the heck? What is this board next to her? Is that a TV? I need to get a little sound dampener for this, but it's downstairs. The only ones who like being turned on their heads are the bats. Also, fruit bats. Okay, speaking of bats, detour. When I went to Animal Kingdom at Disney World, well, we haven't been in a really long time. There are the fruit bats there, and there were two friends, fruit bats, and they hung around together, and one of the friends didn't want to lift their own fruit up to eat it, and so the other friend would help lift the chain, and so they had to start doing something to, like, weigh it down. And I don't know if it was weighed down, but, like, get the other one to start doing work, but they were, like, this is a bad story. They were best friends. They hung out together. They would do everything together, and the zookeepers there had to, like, figure out stuff so that one would actually start getting enough exercise. Bat besties. Fruit bats are cute, and I know it's kind of like sometimes bats carry diseases, but the fruit bats are, like, super cool looking.
And hear conversations about it, and you're like, one person's telling you only eat this way, And then the other person's like, the only way to lose weight is to work out this way. And then the other person is like, it's not, you should never want to lose weight. That's so terrible. Love yourself the way you are. And then the other person's like, it's really not healthy for you to be the way that you are, the weight that you are. And you're going to feel so much better about yourself if you change that. And then the other person is like, just think weight loss thoughts and you'll lose weight. And the other person is like, nurse a baby and it will all fall away. And you're like, this is not happening. Would you please tell my body that? And I mean, it just goes on and on and on. You're like, can baby weight last for 25 years? Because that's what I'm dealing with at this point. Like it just, I mean, the list just never ends. And it's like all of these different things. And it's so confusing. It is so confusing. And it's frustrating. And depending on how we grew up and what was talked about around us and to us and how we felt about things and how people treated us, we can just have all kinds of emotions that make it really, really difficult to actually rationally even process through the information that we're receiving. Because what happens is your brain and your body are always trying to take care of you. That's their job.
Somebody said something about bats, and then I was like, oh my god, the fruit bats at Disney World. Why were we talking about bats? I don't remember. Oh, this is why we were talking about the only ones who like being turned on their heads are the bats. And then my brain was like, oh my god, the bats are so cute the fruit bats are so cute at at Disney World, but there's these two specifically that are best friends. So that's why we're talking about it. Hi. I'm sorry you're so tired. OMG, my baby weight lasted for real. Working and lurking, let's go. I hope this keeps anybody company who's doing all the awesome things at their job or keeping humans alive or keeping themselves alive. Whatever you're doing, I hope this keeps you company.
They're trying to protect you. They're trying to keep you safe. And they're trying to help you to function. That's what they're doing. So I'm going to tell you something that your body knows that you may not know and that people are not telling you about this whole conversation. If you are carrying excess weight that you don't feel like is serving you, the reason that you are continuing to carry that, yes, there can be factors around eating and all of that, but we're going to talk about that. I think we way overestimate what that is factoring in. Your body continues to hold on to weight because it believes that that weight is protecting you.
Ma'am, have you ever heard of insulin resistance? Have you ever heard of I don't like your body just believes it's serving you? I mean, okay. I don't what man, I always find these Zoom calls and it's like I can't effectively comment on this because I have no license or registered anything to be able to address this other than she's going to use this to sell essential oils. That's what I can bring to the table. She's going to use this to sell essential oils, just like Amanda Cooper on Sam D's stream got terminated from Young Living because she was selling a COVID-19 protocol and having like a ton of Young Living products that you should purchase so you can keep yourself healthy. Thankfully, Young Living booted her, but then she joined Amare. God damn.
That is why your body holds on to weight. In some way, shape, or form, your body believes that weight is serving you. And so the way that your body begins to see things and do things, and the way that you take care of yourself is how you teach your body that it is actually going to serve you now that something is different and something has changed emotionally or physically. And you have to send your body that message, honest message. It has to be true. Hey, it's okay. I actually don't need you to protect me this way anymore. And so we're going to go through and we're going to talk about how we do that and what that looks like. It is not a woo-woo conversation. It is all based in a lot of facts, a lot of science, a lot of the way our bodies and our...
Why don't you just, if you feel like you, okay, I'll give you an example. Content warning, food, and medical stuff, but nothing detailed. I was having trouble all last year, functioning normally, and I couldn't walk well. I still can't walk well. Keeping food in my body for the time it needed to be there, because I was either eating and I was in extreme pain or, stuff. And so I ended up, while I was waiting for surgery, I started working with a registered dietitian, Kat Benson, we adjusted things until we found something where I could keep food down. Because she is like a registered dietitian. Like, God, like there's people out there that can help you. And that wasn't it. And that wasn't about, like, obviously, wasn't about weight loss or anything. And sometimes people need help gaining weight. But talking with a professional is, like, super helpful. Yes. I've gained a substantial weight a decade after a bad eating disorder. You can be happier than ever while being bigger than ever. And it's like she's talking about stuff serving you. Let's say you want to be able to do something like, and you can't do it now, like walk your dog for their walks, which I cannot do right now. My dad is walking my dog for me. I would love to get back to the point where I can walk my dog. I'm not looking to run marathons anymore. I'm not looking to run half marathons anymore. I'm not playing tennis full time. I just want to be able to stand without pain and walk my dog. I don't know if that's going to happen, but like it's more, I'm talking about, like, is there things that maybe a weight change could help you with? Maybe, but like for me, it's not weight related. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's this lady. Yep. It's intimacy bedroom lady. I mean, oils in the bedroom lady. Putting oils on your bits. Yeah. So she, from what I understand, is above Jessica Garvin, who's above Brooke Kristen. I was in that. So she has or had a bunch of Royal Crown Diamonds on her team. Love it. I struggled for the whole 2021, and then I had emergency surgery on my stomach to close a hole. And now almost a year later, I am close to being normal. Yeah. I'm just saying it's more like complex. Exactly. 100%. 100%. Yeah, so I'm not saying, yeah. Love it, Lindsay. I had to gain weight to gain quality of life. Love that, Beetle.
Minds and our emotions and our spirits work. There's going to be a few tough things that we talk about. It's okay if we cry a little bit about this together, because this is really deep stuff. Our whole life, we have other people that come and go in our lives. The only person that is there every minute of our entire life is us. That's just me. I'm the only one that's ever present for my entire life. And so my body is very important to me, and yours is very important to you. And our bodies have been through some stuff. like maybe even from a very, very tiny age, our bodies have been through some stuff, and your body may have been through some stuff that it didn't deserve to have to go through. And your body, whether that is from a health standpoint, whether that is from the way someone treated you, the way someone misused you, the way someone misused your body, so many factors that can be in there. And especially, I know the majority of us or all of us on this call are probably women.
Content warning, potentially she's gonna talk about trauma. So I have not watched this. I literally looked it up on my phone and put it on screen. So yeah. Stop right there, lady. I love that. I love that, Sam. That's awesome. She is going there, Melissa. What is happening?
One of the reasons that women hold on to weight is as a self-protection mechanism to hide from unwanted attention. And that is not.
I'm not a psychiatrist, so I don't know the exact answer to this. I think potentially yes, but it's about to get twisty. It's about to get twisty because she's going to jump off from these ideas that are not necessarily true for all people, and she's going to ignore the body processes. Okay? And it's literally debunked nonsense. I have no idea. I think it's debunked. I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I don't want to. I don't know. Yeah, so she doesn't take into account the multifaceted situation that happens around your body processes. So neither is she, DC. Harper.
That's a whole topic that would be too much for this call to go into, but that is really something to look into for yourself and to ask yourself that question, because there are a lot of reasons in our world and what women have to deal with and what women have to go through.
It would be one thing for her to talk about it in a non-sales setting, but she's talking about it to sell essential oils or train her team on what to say to sell more oils. It's ma'am.
That they don't want attention that is given to our bodies.
Yeah,
and it is sad and it is hard. And so I just want you to give yourself a whole lot of grace if that is your experience. And
that is
to remember that, again, your beautiful body is doing exactly what it needs to do to take care of you. And that as you process those emotions and process that trauma and process those things, whether that's in counseling, in safety, and with other people, however that needs to work for you, then that allows your body to be safe and free to reveal you again.
Because you're not you when you have more fat on your body. This idea is so frustrating to keep bumping up into. I guess more here. That you're not supposed to, like, enjoy your life if you're bigger is, like, the undertone of kind of society. Like, I know things are changing too. It's a mind fuck. Oh. I wish I had something encouraging and positive to say, but, like, it's slimy here. It's so slimy. I love it, Harper. I'm saying in the context of her talking about this. She's using it to sell products. And this is her team, her team videos, and her team is watching and going and teaching other people about this and saying the answer is in the Young Living products. That's the issue I have. Other than her spreading stuff that isn't based in like reality or science or anything. I'm not trying to say that parts of what she's saying aren't true for some people. I'm saying should this be being talked about in the context of a freaking sales training? I don't think so. She's making it so broad, and she's doing it to sell essential oils. And we used to get training like this all the time on the nesting well team. Yeah. They're all like this in MLM. I mean in Young Living. Oh, jeez. I'm processing.
So that is a whole big topic, but I want to go through some of the things that I just think are really important in looking at weight loss. First of all, I think that we kind of have to, again, take a deep breath and realize that there are some pretty simple goals to this conversation. One is we need to remove some myths. We have a lot of myths that we're going to talk about that our culture gives us about health and about weight that are just absolutely not true. And so we want to replace those with truths. We want to find those truths. And when we crack that code, our weight tends to respond to that. And
again, we have to remember she's saying this in the context of a sales team training. And that's, again, the same issue with looking at the Courtney and Avi stream, that it's like they're selling ketones and then they're oversharing to sell more freaking ketones. It's in my opinion, gross marketing tactic. I hope that it's exposed by even more people, because you shouldn't have your emotions manipulated like that and dumped on in that kind of way to sell a product. I don't like it. I don't like when anyone does it.
That is where, without magic pills, without magic
Sorry, I heard something.
Products, without unhealthy decisions. Another thing is when you're taking a breath and setting these goals, grabbing a partner to do this journey with, it makes a big difference. Having someone that you can talk to, having someone that you can express your thoughts to, someone that will help you when you're tempted to make.
So, Callie, if you didn't know, or if live stream, if y'all don't know, they have this book. It's from Life something, and it was a company, from what I understand, that Young Living was running but not running to print their book. And the book is like this thick. I bought it. I was told to buy it. It was an essential oils Bible. It talked about frequencies of your body, frequencies of healthy people, and it has all the things in the back. I did a stream with Clowntown on it. I've also done streams with other people on it, and they tell you in the Bible, in the Young Living Bible, that there's ways to lose weight with essential oils. They have these cleanses, they have supplements, they have all this stuff. So she is, and you unpack, because she's about to talk about the trauma stuff, because she does this so many times. You unpack your trauma with essential oils so your body can release it so you won't be fat. That's like the logic train of what's going on. Different one, but essentially the same thing. That one is super expensive. Mombi gave me the login for it. We've looked over it one time, and it's a different oil Bible than that guy.
A decision. A lot of our factors that go into our weight are very, very habitual. They're very ingrained in, they're very emotional, and they run very deep. And so having someone that you can go to and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is what's happening, is really important. Trying to go on a weight loss and understanding of yourself journey alone is generally.
I mean, watch the Clowntown stream. They talk about curing big deal, like huge types of diseases with essential oils. I mean, Jessie Lee was taking frankincense. I bring that up because when Jessie Lee got sick, so many people in multi-level marketing targeted her with these pseudo cures that had no meaningful research done that they would actually help. It's like we're seeing that same type. I guess I didn't put this on screen. We're seeing the same type of twisty, I guess, psychology, mind games from Courtney Critz, laying the foundation where the essential oils get to be like the hero. Yes. It's in the book, and you think, oh, well, a reasonable person wouldn't look at that and say, like, oh, that makes sense. When you're in it and you see some improvements with, like, I don't know, smelling lavender, and like you feel like it's, aromatherapy, whatever, and you think that you are experiencing some positives with essential oils, it's like the first step into getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then they have this whole thing where they're like, oh, this is what big pharma doesn't want you to know about. And YouTube, I'm not promoting this, I'm trying to debunk it. But you make small concessions and you start to get deeper and deeper until it's really hard to get out, where this stuff has infiltrated like every single part of your mind, where like you think everything's going to make you sick and that essential oils can fix everything. Yeah, desperate people in a world where healthcare is often out of reach will look for anything. Oh, for sure they did. For sure they did. Yeah, I mean, I've been desperate too. I'm still desperate sometimes.
Very, very difficult to do. So just would encourage you to be thinking about that. And then the last piece, and just kind of our simple goals, is to just remember that the journey with weight loss is taking one step and then taking another step. And we have this tendency to basically want to take giant leaps or do nothing at all. And if we don't see instant huge results, then we stop. And we want to be super extreme and super all or nothing, which is why it doesn't become a part of our life. It's why instead we do a little bit and we burn out, and then we go right back to where we started, except with a bunch more guilt piled on, and then we just repeat the cycle. And so instead, we really want that mentality of
Melaleuca is wild because it feels like Amway and Young Living had a baby. You know what I mean? Like, because Melaleuca sells like all this type of products that you should use for your home, and like Amway does, but they're all like the non-toxic type of stuff. And they sell other things now too. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Who is the we in this context, Courtney? Her and whoever agrees with her. They sell raw meat through a shell company? Oh my god.
today I am going to take a step that is going to be good for my body. And then tomorrow I'm going to take another step that is going to be.
What are the steps? What are the steps that are good for your body? Because when I talk to a registered dietitian, and I'm not claiming to, I'm not giving any advice. I'm saying the conversations I've had, here's what I'm told. How's your sleep? How's your hydration? How are you managing your stress levels? How are you able to meet your goals that we're working on for food intake? And then we're trying to do this as a balanced overall approach. And if and when, like, we can add a little bit of movement in, we do that. And then the conversation is, did the movement negatively impact the whole health approach that we're looking at, or whatever it's called? She calls it something else, because the whole pizza is what you're looking at. Oh god. And I'm sorry if I butchered that, cat.
be good for my body. So those are just kind of, I think, the things to put first and foremost in our brains. So myth number 1 is that thin equals healthy. That is absolutely a complete lie. It is not a sign.
Glad she said it. She just said thin equals healthy. But I bet she's gonna say but.
Of our health, how thin we are. You can be very, very thin and have so much not going right in your health. It can actually be a sign of your thyroid malfunctioning. It can be a sign. And there are so many girls, and I've actually heard this several times from people whose health problems have caused them to lose a lot of weight. They said it's actually really hard on them emotionally because people are always like, you look so good. And they're like, I look so good because I'm sick. I feel terrible. That's why I look like this. And it's actually really, really hard on them to hear those things. And so we live in this culture where we're like, oh man, you must feel so great because you're thin now. And that's just not the case at all. So that's one thing that we have to consider. Weight is one indicator of our health. Our ideals for weight change with the time period.
Okay, irrelevant, but I was telling my partner how you remembered baby's birthday, and he was like, what a nice, wholesome online community. I'm like, duh, tell me about it. Oh, cute. I love that. My mom's slightly crunchy, mom, but thankfully not essential oils cure everything. She's been in my corner and biggest supporter through all my chronic illness issues. I love that. My mom's a little, well, I guess my mom's a little crunchy too, but she's such a kind human. And she's all on board for trusting professionals. And she's even the reason that I got surgery. Like, my mom's awesome. I mean, at least we can say when someone says something correct that we can say, yes, thin does not equal healthy. I'm glad she said it. I'm worried about what she's going to say next.
And the trend, and they are very often not based on what is best for our bodies. Better questions to ask yourself than what your weight is are questions about how are your energy levels? How's your digestion? Okay. How's your elimination? How are you like going to the bathroom? How's that working? How's your skin? How's your libido? How is your sleep? How are your emotions? These are the most accurate.
She is double speaking right now. Weight is only one factor of health, but she sure is focusing on it a lot. She is, and she is saying some things that are right, and then it feels like she's going to say, once you fix all this stuff, the weight's going to fall off. I feel like that's where it's going.
Indicators of good health. When those things are in place, when the answer to those things are, my digestion's doing well, I have energy, I'm sleeping great, guess what happens? Then you want to move. When you can sleep.
What about chronic pain people? No, you don't know them? Okay, thanks so much.
And when you feel okay, you want to move. When you're working on your emotions and processing those emotions, guess what you want to do? You don't want to eat to make yourself feel better because you're processing those emotions. When your hormones are doing well, guess what your body doesn't have to do? It doesn't have to hold on to weight to protect you and try to.
There it is. Thin does not equal healthy, but we're going to fix all this other stuff because we want you to be thin and healthy. There it is. Yep, Hannah, she did it. God. I wonder if I have baby snark. I think I have baby snark on this.
Oh my God. We have baby snark. At least we have baby snark on the upstairs computer. Holy shit. There it is.
Ma'am. That's a really good point. Best channel on YouTube about Eugenia. Yep.
To help your hormones to balance. When you start working on the toxic load of your body, guess what your body doesn't have to do?
Is toxic load a real thing? I'm sure it is. I'm confused. Let me just look it up real quick. Toxic load. I'm looking for like NIH, National Institute of Health. Conventional laboratory tests to assess toxic burden. Unfortunately, it's a thing. So I'm just going to put it here. But should Courtney Critz be the one telling us about it and then using it as a reason to sell essential oils? This is the paste. No, that's wrong. Hold on. This is from the National Library of Medicine, the PubMed. It's from 2015, so it might be old. And I don't know. Maybe it'll be interesting for y'all.
Insulate you with fat to protect your body from toxins.
You know what else your body does too? It absorbs excess like vitamins, and it stores them in your fat if you have too much. And then sometimes when you lose that fat, you end up doing something bad to your body because it is releasing all of those stored vitamins that were is it fat soluble? I don't remember all the words. Maybe I should just tell my physically disabled mom, who is almost paralyzed from a car accident, that she should just bathe in essential oils to fix all her problems. Do they ever listen to themselves? They do, and they believe their own bullshit. Is she wrongly talking about vascular fat, the fat that protects your organs? I bet she is. If you don't work in a chemical plant, you probably don't have to worry about toxic load. I did link an article. I'm trying to only link stuff from like reputable places, and I'm not good at reading them. So if you're interested, it's in the live chat. So replay crew, much non-culty love to you. You can come to YouTube or Facebook and see the link there. We need Eloise. Eloise is probably working her job, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately because she's awesome, but unfortunately for us because I'm useless.
Around your middle, that weight that we carry around our middle, did you know that one of the reasons that can actually be there is to protect your organs, your body?
Okay, types of fat. In body to protect organs. Visceral fat lies deep within your abdominal cavity and surrounds your organs. Too much fat can have harmful effects on your health. This is from the Cleveland Clinic. By maintaining... Okay. So the visceral fat is in your abdominal area, mostly, obviously, because that's where your organs are.
Will take fat and it will insulate toxins in the fat. So basically it's like putting the toxins in it and then holding it with the fat so it can't hurt you. And so when you start to drop that toxic load, then fat will start to drop away.
So what's going to get rid of these toxins, ma'am? Cleaning out every single cleaning product in your house and replacing it with Young Living Thieves cleaning concentrate, and the laundry detergent that is never in stock, and the toothpaste that is awful from Young Living, in my opinion, and the essential oil so that none of the candles will give you cancer, and so that you can have your $300 diffuser, which isn't necessarily, and it isn't better than any of the other diffusers I've seen on the market. Like, why? God. I just yelled no out loud. Oh, you're good. I know. You're good, Hermit. Drop it like it's hot, Sarah. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
When you start working on your elimination and what's happening in your colon, and you start cleaning things out that have been backed up in your body, I know this is super disgusting and not what you guys wanted to hear from me tonight, but there are people that clean out their colons, and there are 5 to 10 pounds of just toxic waste sitting in their colons. That is terrifying.
What's the over under on her doing coffee enemas? Because if you have the ability to schedule a colonoscopy and you are at the age where you need to do it, I'd recommend it. Okay? Okay.
Absolutely terrifying. And not the weight that we want to have on. I would rather have something else than weight sitting in my colon. So there are just so many things like that. When thin is the goal, then it is rarely achieved in a way that is good for the body and a way that can be maintained. When health and quality of life are the goals, then this provides motivation for lasting life change.
Oh,
When you
there it is. She still wants you to be thin. She still wants you to be thin. They do, but I'm glad I got one, so I know, like, I were able to rule out the problems that I was having. If you want to just do colonoscopy prep, it does the same thing. Yes, it does. That's awesome, Lindsay. I had an exception because they were trying to rule out stuff when I was still trying to go to Japan last year. And I didn't get approved. That's why I'm in my little room right now. The colon can hold between 5 to 20 pounds of fecal matter, according to good sources on a quick Google. I had to get one because I have celiac disease. Oh, yikes. That's super rough. So it's totally normal. Yeah. Yes, Hannah.
love the way you feel, you keep doing things. When you are
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do. I'm not trying to say, like, don't be healthy. I'm just saying sometimes your mental health gets in the way. Sometimes it does a little bit. Mine does. Sometimes your sensory issues get in the way of stuff. Sometimes your anxiety does. And yeah, going to a counselor super helps. Taking medicine does. And then sometimes you have a meltdown, you know?
thriving and energetic, you keep doing things. When you are starving and deprived, that does not go well. And our bodies never, ever respond well to this process of deprivation. When you put your mind in,
Let's go. I love wasting ad money. I freaking love it. Yes. I love wasting money for Tony Robbins. Let's go. Let's go.
into a mode of
I'm sorry she's not more clear. She recorded this in 480p. So it's awful.
can't have, can't do, can't see, can't, then you automatically are just always like must have. And it's so interesting. I guarantee you there could be a food that you don't even care about. And so right now, I'll just throw something out there, like an Oreo, for example. Maybe you haven't had an Oreo in 30 years. It's not.
Listen, YouTube, we need ads about Legos. We need ads about snacks like cookie companies. We need crafting ads. We want delicious food ads. What else do we want? Or waste the multi-level marketing ads on us. Like, we're a prime market for it.
Not a food that you even ever think about. It's definitely not your favorite thing. You can take it or leave it. You go into stores all the time and don't buy any, and you walk back out. If I told you, you may not have an Oreo, you may not touch an Oreo until the end of 2020.
We need pet ads as well for good pet food that's not multi-level marketing. We need, I don't know what else. Floof ads, maybe little puppies running on the screen would be great. Jenny, how are you? I miss seeing you. You've never had an Oreo? Oh my god. Well, I think they're good, but some people like I don't know if they're Oreo ads would be good. Oreos, Nightbot Oreos. Yeah, Nightbot's also on a timer so that if there's no mods here, it's hopefully like keeps things on track. So
23, you cannot have one. What would happen to you? What would happen inside your head? More than likely, all of a sudden
you get an Oreo and you put it on a fork and you stab the like cream with a fork and then you can dip it into your milk and you don't get your fingers wet. What? You know what would be delicious? A sandwich. Open, like roast, like kind of put some delicious things on the front of the bread so when you bite into it, you get the flavor of like maybe salt and garlic and like butter. It'll be fresh sourdough, and then maybe a tuna melt. Maybe a tuna melt would be delicious. We did it, y'all. Oh no! What kind of cookies do you like? Some cupcakes I used to love as a kid have beef fat in them. My sister does Glutino. My sister has a ton of food allergies. She does Glutino Oreos, and the Glutino Oreos are better than Oreos. The crunch on the cookie is so substantial. Sorry. No, Cena, no spicy jokes. The chat is PG. You don't really like any store-bought cookies? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, PG-13, that's okay.
sudden you would be like, I didn't want Oreos, but I can't have them. Why can't I have them? Why are you telling me I can't have them? I can't have them. And then you go into a store and you walk by the Oreo thing and you're like,
oh, I'm sorry. Since we're talking about Oreos, you know what would be delicious? Homemade chocolate chip cookies. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that later. That sounds delicious. Maybe I'll go to the store and get stuff for homemade chocolate chip cookies, and then I'll go to Dutch Brothers and use my card that Christy gave me and get a Dutch Brothers, and then come home and drink my Dutch Brothers while I'm making chocolate chip cookies. Oh, it's raining outside. Let's go. Perfect stream day. Sorry, I'm like, this is my true self. You know what would be delicious? That's the game I play.
can't have an Oreo, can't have an Oreo. It plays tricks on our minds, you guys. We are not built for that at all. But what does work really, really beautifully is when we start to flood our bodies with things that are really good for it.
Jessica? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god, Jenny. I'm coming to your house. I'm going to Jessica's house. I'm going to go to Charlene's house. I'm going to go to Christy's house.
When we start, instead of so much conversation, and there is definitely a time and a place for completely not having something when it's really harming your body and when you're not doing well with it, when, you know, gluten, for example, is making your stomach hurt and your head hurt and your body break out.
I mean, some people really do have food allergies. So I would pose the question, do the people because once you get into Young Living and you make the first concession of the cleaning products, and then you buy the toothpaste, and then you continue to reorder your essential oils, and then they say, okay, so you're all clean now. You know what's in your food? That evil gluten. If you don't have celiac and you don't have a sensitivity, do you need to do gluten-free? You can. But does it have the benefits? Maybe there's a placebo there sometimes for the people who don't have sensitivity and who don't have celiac. Maybe sometimes it makes you feel good. In this situation, they're going to say they're using it to keep you stuck in the high control group of Young Living on this team.
all those things. There's a place for it, but I find that when you're in that place, it doesn't feel like deprivation to go without those things because you feel so much better and you visually see that difference. It doesn't feel that way. But for example, if instead of that focus, you focus on, I am going to flood my body with these things that it needs.
Flood.
You start to feel very different. You feel satiated. You feel like you have what you need. You feel like you're provided for. And remember what I was talking about at the beginning when I said your body holds on to weight because it thinks that it's serving you. Now, instead of your body feeling deprived, your body feels provided for. So then it's like, okay, I guess I actually don't need to hold on to this. One of the most important ways, and I'm going to go over this in a minute, but one of the most important things that we do in that realm is depriving ourselves of fat. So we're going to go over that in a second. The body holds on to weight due to emotions, trauma, hormones, toxins, sleep deprivation, stress, and starvation far more than it holds on to weight due to overeating. And yet,
what about body processes that are doing things that are not related to any of those? Huh? What? I know, me too. Me too, Av. Here's Av shop. Av. I know, I can feel Hannah screaming in the chat. It doesn't hold on to weight, it just is.
always hear everyone talking about overeating. Calories in, calories out. That's what weight loss is all about. It's like, no, it's not. We are far more.
I mean, if we're talking about macronutrients, that's that's a little bit true. I mean, that's pretty helpful for some people. And then I'm not a registered dietitian. I don't want to get into it. I don't know what I'm talking about. For the most part, yes, it is. Like if your macros, which would be calories, but looking at macros more, it literally is that. Where's Aaron?
Complicated than that. And if it were that easy, guys, I guarantee you we would all look like the characters in the Barbie movie. So it is not that. It is not that simple. It is full of very complex emotions and experiences from the very complex story of your life. And it has to be unwound. And I know that doesn't feel like an easy answer, but I'm not here to tell you what's easy. I'm just here to tell you what's true because you deserve that. And
You're here to tell us what's true and we deserve that? Then why are you shilling stuff like frequencies and telling people they need rose oil when they're really sick because it's the highest frequency oil, and then they get it so they can raise their frequency into health? Like, you're talking about what's true? Let's talk about what's true because you're not like saying it in a way that is truthful, in my opinion. You do deserve an Oreo, Melissa. If it's true,
If it's true, why don't scientific studies agree with you?
that's such a good question.
body deserves that. And then your body, when you start telling it the truth and responding to it, it will start doing the things that you are asking it to do. So myth number one is that thin is healthy. We're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus instead on a body that is thriving. Myth number two is that muscular is healthy. That is also not true.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Having muscle is good for you. What? It's fine to have muscles, and it also, like, I'm confused. What in the 1950s version of a woman are we talking about right now? What? We are, in fact, evolved to have muscles. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do anything without them. And in fact, our hearts are muscles. We need those. Yeah. Hey, Barbie. How are you? Yes, and this is what I was like, being muscular can help prevent osteoporosis. This has taken a turn. I would love to send this to Erin and her personal trainer.
A focus on fitness.
Let me text her. I'll press play.
Has to be balanced with other important priorities, or it can actually become an obsession that eats away at our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health. You can be addicted to muscles. You can be addicted to working out. You can be addicted to the hormones and the highs that gives you, to the point that you don't live the rest of your life well. And that's not good. And it is harmful to us. Now, building muscle is incredibly healthy. And the older you get, the more important it is. Having muscle as we age is crucial for so many reasons. So it's important, but just like everything else, it has to be in balance. There are so many.
Work out, but don't work out too much. Excuse me? What is this nonsense? I don't understand. But she just said it isn't healthy. Well, doing it, I guess being in the gym isn't healthy when you're supposed to be taking care of your family. I'm being sarcastic because she believes in all that stuff and has a lot of kids. So stop the contradictions. I'm ragey. She has taken some psychological concept and is completely not understanding them and missing the point. Royal Crown Diamond Young Living.
Many dangers in protein isolates, carb loading, yo-yo dieting, overactivity, and a fixation on outward appearance. Because just like you can be overfixated on being thin, and you look in the mirror and no matter how thin you get, all you see is fat, you can also be fixated on fitness, and no matter how muscular you get, you look in the mirror and you don't see enough muscle. These are all disorders of our brain that happen when something becomes a fixation. And it is really easy to do when, again, our focus is not on thriving and just living the fullest life we can live, but our focus is on what we look like and a perception and something that we see in the mirror and something that.
You keep coming back to being thin, though. So if we're not supposed to be focused on thinness, then why do you keep coming back to that point? What
Other people see. The body needs activity, weightlifting, muscle building. It also needs rest and recovery. There's a lot of exercise.
At least she said it, but what?
That we do. And
this is twisty though, right? Because she's saying some things that people are going to look up and say like, oh my God, that's right. What she's saying is right. And then they're going to come and get stuck in this shit.
Something that's important for women to remember. Women, especially during childbearing years and depending on their adrenal health and depending on what they're taking in their diet, they can be constantly doing aerobics and running and doing all of these things that keep their heart rate up and are this very kind of aerobic type of activity. And they can actually be destroying their adrenals and making themselves.
So, what about those people who are elite athletes who are marathon runners? Oh, but they must be destroying their adrenals, or even tennis, or even sprinting, or even long distance, like long distance running, any kind of sport. They're just, what are they supposed to be? Thin and not too big and not too muscularly and having a lot of kids and staying at home and not working out too much at the gym. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God. Yikes. Aaron, it's like really bad. It's like it's like it's like essential oil hell, also with like old ideas about like what you should be doing in the home. Also like muscles are good, but don't be working out in the gym a lot, and like endurance is good, but don't be like running a lot. Like give me a break. Everyone in the chat was like, Aaron should do this with your trainer because it's wild.
Hormonal reps.
And she's just saying nonsense.
And what they're doing workout wise is actually contributing to that, especially considering the way that
she said you can be addicted to which inappropriate use of that, but like addicted to working out. Yeah. She's contradicting herself to the point no one can ever achieve the ideal. Yep. Lady, please just take one course in exercise science and you will learn the complete opposite of your shit stew you're spewing. Addicted to muscles. Yeah, you can be addicted to muscles, Aaron.
They're eating. And so they would be far better off to be working out less, working out for shorter periods of time and lifting weights or doing those things that build muscle. When you build muscle, then that muscle is constantly working to burn fat in your body for you, which is really, really effective. I want you to think about, I heard somebody talk about this one time, which is really, really interesting. If you think back to a time when we didn't have to work out on purpose because we were just naturally doing things that were active, that were.
Yeah. It pissed me off too, Hannah. Like, damn.
Keeping us fit and healthy. People didn't just run, right? You ran if something was chasing you, and you ran if you had to get somewhere really quickly, and you ran for a little bit and then you stopped. And then the activities that you did more often and repeated, it was like lift something, move something, walk over here, do something, lift something, move something, those types of things. And so a lot of what we have.
Yeah, Aaron, she also said that muscles can be unhealthy. Oh my God.
Kind of created today is this environment where we do things for these really long periods of time that are.
You know what's wild, Aaron? This isn't just some like low level person in Young Living. She is a Royal Crown Diamond, the top leader, and she has a bunch of Royal Crown Diamonds underneath her. I don't know what the heck's happening. This is a call for her people, and she's teaching people this stuff so they can go and teach other people it. Fat people are not new because of modernity. Fat people have always been around. Oh God. Muscles can be unhealthy? Oh, hell nah. Yes. She has some crazy ideas about emancipated women in the 21st century.
Aren't very natural for us to do for really long periods of times. So it's just important to think about all of those things and to make sure that your muscles are.
There's a rugby player, an Olympic, she's on the US team. I think her name is I don't remember what her name is, okay? I'm sorry. I follow her, but like I think it's Alana. Anyways, she just has gone viral because she's so strong. And one of her running pictures, as she's like running through this group of people, she has cellulite on her leg, and she's basically like, cellulite's normal, and like my body is strong, and like this is a picture of like a real person, and it was super cool. And what's her name? Ilana Mayer, sorry. This is her. She's a US rugby player, and she's like hella strong. She's an Olympic rugby player, and she got into rugby later on in her high school career, I think, and then started playing, and now she's like top of the cream of the crop.
Being built with good foundational nutrition and health to go along with that. And then myth number 3 is that low fat equals healthy. This was a favorite one for, I don't know, a couple decades. And I think we have finally, maybe it was more than a couple. Now we have finally pulled ourselves out of it a little bit, but we did ourselves some serious damage with this one. Unfortunately, our brains and our hormones paid the massive price for this one, which is super, super unfortunate for women, especially. Studies show that the emphasis on low-fat diets has likely contributed to the obesity epidemic in the US.
You're not a doctor. You don't know what people need to be eating. If someone's on a low-fat diet recommended by their doctor, maybe they need that for medical reasons. And now you're going to scare the shit out of people on your team who have been working with their doctor, and they're going to be saying, "Oh my God, my doctor is part of Big Pharma, and they don't really have my best interests at heart. So I'm going to start taking essential oils and start changing my diet, even though maybe I need a different diet than the general public." Go see a registered dietitian. And Erin cuts right to the chase. What studies are you referring to? She's freaking reading a script right now. I work physical labor that this woman would make me unable to work. Yes, that is actually true about studies, but there are studies about overall populations, not individuals. And again, I think it's on a person by person basis as well. And you could have better information too if you worked with a professional like a registered dietitian, or in combination with your monthly, or not your monthly, your like quarterly or whatever yearly checkups with your doctor. You're in a open communication type of relationship with them and your RD, if you have one, to have the best fit for you.
By promoting the overconsumption of sugars and grains. The simple reason for this is that grains and sugars raise your insulin levels, which causes insulin resistance, and ultimately
it doesn't always cause insulin resistance in every single individual, or even most individuals. If you have insulin resistance already, that might be something to take into account. But guess who can help you better? A registered dietitian who isn't looking to sell you essential oils. God.
Weight gain, diabetes, and heart disease. So it is so, so important that we nourish our bodies with that. The other thing is, when we deprive our bodies of fat, we want more and more and more and more to try to make our.
Okay, but here's my question. Let's say you are trying to figure your way into eating differently, or adding some nutrition in, and you have this idea that the internet has spread, or Courtney Critz has spread, and you have this idea that you're removing the fat, so you're removing calories, so you start getting, say it with me, hungry, because you might have been eating at this level, and by removing a lot of the fat, it's not just, oh, you removed fat, so you started getting hungry. You removed calories, and maybe you're legitimately hungry. And so then she's saying, then you start to eat everything. You're hungry. Go eat something. Oh my God. In my opinion.
Ourselves feel satiated. Fat is what makes us feel satiated. It can come from vegetable and products that are that are grown in the ground. It can come from meat sources and animal sources. There are lots of ways to get fats in different places and in different ways, from nuts, from so many things, but we have to have fat. And that is what was designed.
Which is, if somebody needs to do a lower type of fat, or maybe even, maybe getting their salt a little bit lower, because maybe that what's best for them is around 2,500 milligrams of salt per day, and they've been doing 3,500. Maybe there's tweaks that you make with your registered dietitian. Have you thought about that? Hi, Lisa. Probably our lone Facebook viewer. Hello. It's genuinely reassuring to hear you say that, DC. Insulin resistance was a major phobia of mine, not justifiable concern. And they're preying on your emotions, which is a cult tactic from the bite model to get you to buy something or to buy into an idea of the group and then therefore buying stuff.
For us to feel full. So what happens when we take that away? What do? We eat more and more and more and more and more, trying to get full, but it's empty. And it's burst our energy for a really short time. And then we crash, and then we burst, and then we crash, and then we use caffeine, and that's a stimulant. And then we burn more, but we need the fat. And it's just this repetitive cycle that is not serving us. And it is causing just our ability for our brains to work and our hormones to produce to just be non-existent, honestly. Healthy fats are building blocks for our cell membranes, for hormones, for hormone-like substances. They also act as carriers for important fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. It helps to lower our cholesterol levels and to have many other health-building benefits. So, for instance, a lot of people, fat got this kind of...
What if you don't have high cholesterol, though? I'm just... This is my question. Let's say you do. I'm not saying everyone should or everyone needs to at all. Let's say you need to move, or like let's say you need to lose some weight because you want to be more mobile and you think that maybe your body is not helping you be more mobile. But you've been taking supplements and everything and you decide to just do it on your own. Maybe this is a neurotic me coming out, but why wouldn't you go to your doctor, your primary care physician, and bring all the supplements you've been taking and tell that person how long you've been taking them, and then say, I'm this weight, I'm looking to do this. Is there a potential that maybe I've been taking too much of these supplements, that something negative could happen if I lose some fat? Or you do have that conversation with your registered dietitian instead of getting sucked in to this. I don't know. I'm just like, gosh, I have questions. And questions shouldn't be offensive, but I'm sick of getting scared into things because people like Courtney are doing that for personal gain.
Rap with
my opinion.
Being connected to high cholesterol levels, right? Well, cholesterol, the way that cholesterol works in our body is that it is a response to inflammation, and inflammation can be caused by a lot of the empty carb loading that we do when we don't eat fat. So
I wish I knew the answer to this. Hey, Wendy, you got Muddy Buddies? Let's go. I hate that I'm having to Google all this, but is caused by carbs? I know that I sound so awful without fat. Okay, this is from the National Institute of Health. This is the abstract. Let me just share this. Can I share this screen? Present. Okay, present. I just want to read it because oh, geez. Sorry, there's a border. I'm freaking in opera right now. So it says, this is the conclusion. I will link this. Oops. I'll have to share it, a shorter version of it. But the conclusion says, during the eucaloric phase, EUCALORIC phase, the low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet exerted unfavorable effects on the inflammatory markers. In contrast, the ad libitum low-fat, high-carbohydrate intake caused weight loss and affected inflammatory markers favorably. Thus, the energy content of a low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet determines changes in inflammatory markers. That's from the link out. I'm trying to find the link to share. Can I do this? Copy. Paste. EMC. Nope. Copy. Oh, God. Okay. Stop sharing. So I'm going to share the video again. Okay, got it.
We actually were causing the exact opposite to happen when we cut those things out of our bodies. And what we replaced them with was these low fat things. And then what they came into and did to make low fat things don't taste good. They just don't. And so what we did to make them taste better was we made them sweeter, or we added additives to them, or we did all these other things to fill them in. And then we just continued to create more and more havoc on our health. So those you will find, and so many women find this, that by increasing the amount of fat that they're eating, they start dropping weight. But you do have to ask yourself what the source of that fat is, and make sure that it is from healthy places, from healthy organic food.
𝐔𝐒𝐒 or 𝐔𝐒𝐿, I think she has her PhD or her master's in nutrition, and she was preparing for a bodybuilding competition where I think she ended up placing. And she was doing this idea where she was just addressing the macros to show that you could fit in things that technically were not approved or not normally like accepted by the bodybuilding culture about eating clean before a competition prep. And she did it with just doing her macros. I mean, eating regularly, but adding a Snickers in or doing all this other stuff. And she prepped the exact same, if not better, for her competition. And it was just showing that it didn't necessarily need to be from a clean source. I'll link her. Oh, that's my dad. He's cutting wood.
Foods, from foods that you can digest. If you're not digesting the fats, then you may need some enzymes to help break that down. That can very easily be something that happens. Essential Zymes 4 is a great enzyme supplement to help you to break down fats. One of the ways, again, sorry for this, but one of the ways you can tell that you're not breaking down fat in your diet is when you have a bowel movement. Do you see a lot of fat? Do you see that in your bowel movements in the toilet after you go to the bathroom? That can be a sign. That floating fatty look to that can be a sign that you are not breaking down fat in your food. So that's a good thing to watch for. You could look online and kind of look that up and be watching for that. But it's something that you do need to be able to break down in your body, or it's not doing you a lot of good there. You want to make sure that you're getting those things to your brains and that you're able to use. A vitamin A deficiency is something that we're seeing a lot.
Something that we're seeing a lot? Why are you even talking about this? You sell essential oils. Why are we talking about this? Dear God. Oh, it's raining. I'm like, what is that noise? I'm trying to look, Wendy, to see what you put. I think I keep missing it.
Some of the results that people saw from long COVID were because of massive depletion of vitamin A. And again, that is a fat soluble vitamin. So you need fats to be able to use those vitamins and hold those vitamins. So those are all just really important factors there. But mostly your brain survives on fat. So if you feel like you can't think, those are some other things to factor in. That's why our MindWise is a source of good omegas and fats. I take MindWise every single day because I know my brain needs as much of those good things as I can get. If you have attention deficit issues,
you're going to talk about ADHD and you're going to talk about long COVID. And then what are you going to be doing? Telling people to buy it from Young Living?
issues, if your kids have trouble with focus, fat, and the vitamins that go with that are just like food for your brain and for adding in your ability to pay attention. We're going to go back to some more products for some of that too, but our last myth that we're going to go over is that sugar-free equals healthy. I know. When something says sugar-free, I run. It doesn't.
That's because those evil artificial sweeteners are gonna get you. I'm being sarcastic. If you have, like, if your stomach is sensitive to it, it's gonna hurt your stomach, like, in a pain way. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's been any. I don't think there's been any meaningful tests that those are gonna do anything to you. I'm sorry you have long COVID.
Mean that cutting our sugar is not healthy. Cutting our sugar intake can be healthy, but something being sugar-free is a giant red flag. And unfortunately, a lot of things that market themselves as weight loss and market themselves as parts of programs and parts of diets for that are sugar-free and they have artificial sweeteners that basically trick your body into thinking that it's going to receive sugar or calories. And then when that sugar doesn't come, your body continues to signal that it needs more, which results in you craving more carbs and sugar.
What? I understand. I'm saying, is there science to what she's saying, or is she just is she repeating things that were generally accepted that have been debunked? Hannah said those studies are very, very, very preliminary. I think what she's saying is you drink a sugar-free drink and you get the taste of that, which signals your digestion to start. It's waiting for sugar and you're not getting it, so it wants you to eat something so you get what it was expecting. I don't know. Here's a good place to say, I'm not sure. This is an old, definitely an old rumor. Oh, for fork's sake. Oh my God. Yeah.
So you're literally doing this psychological number on your brain and your body that create chaos and addiction. Why do you think?
Addiction? Shut up. I, in my opinion, don't think that eating food even compares on anyone's list to being addicted to substances and abusing substances. So you can stop it. You and everybody in Young Living in doTERRA and all the health and wellness spaces can stop it. I'm like clawing my fingers to stop myself from calling her names.
People drink Diet Coke literally feel strong.
Oh, those evil people who drink the Diet Cokes. What? I'm being sarcastic.
Stronger about it than any person ever has felt about a regular soft drink. It's because of this process.
Have you met people who drink Coca-Cola Classic with cane sugar in it? Because I freaking love it. And it's way better than Diet Coke, in my opinion. But it's because of fucking caffeine. Nicole, hello. Let me link you. Oh. Did I spell this right? Of course I didn't. IOL. Dear God. Yes, I used to love doing like a 17-mile run and then going to McDonald's when they used to still have styrofoam cups. Because if you drink out of a paper cup, it's just not the same. And you have a styrofoam cup and it has the ice and the Diet Coke mix from McDonald's, which used to be incredible. Nothing compares when I was drinking it. But I haven't drank diet stuff because it was upsetting my stomach. Yes. Oh, I can give you all of the videos if you want. This is Courtney Critz. She is a young living royal crown diamond who has a bunch of crown diamonds underneath her and likes to spew stuff and share the pseudo science. And it's always a wild ride. Cane sugar coat girly myself. I love that. Yeah, she we did an oils in the bedroom that she did. Yeah, and then she's talking about a different look at weight loss. It sure is different. Yes. I love that.
Because of the massive addiction factor that those artificial sweeteners create. A lot of recent studies have also shown that artificial sweeteners disrupt the gut flora that further exaggerates those blood sugar imbalances. So as you kill off your good gut flora and you increase the bad bacteria in your gut and the candida craves sugar.
What if you have good gut bacteria already? Can't it deal with the stuff? Can someone help me? Is there
a bat signal for somebody who's a registered dietitian? Because I'm confused. I'm so confused.
Oh my god. So last year with my registered dietitian, we've been doing low FODMAP because I couldn't keep and limited low FODMAP because I couldn't keep food down, okay? So the low FODMAP foods aren't great for prebiotic foods are limited to none, and I only recently I needed it for other stuff I'd been on, and antibiotics and stuff like that. So now as we're reintroducing foods that are on the prebiotic list of things like onion and garlic and like other stuff, and I can't eat everything yet, but it takes like 4 months to like repopulate it. But if you have a good like gut bacteria, is soda gonna screw it up? Yeah, I had to do it because I couldn't eat anything. Really? Genetics determine whether or not we think artificial sweetener has an aftertaste. That is so cool. These people are obsessed with Candida. Everybody in Young Living is. They are. So what am I eating or what is this lady eating? I would go into a dissertation right now on this topic, but it would take about 15 minutes to type. Yeah. I just wrote an article, not published yet, on an enzyme produced by gut bacteria which is critical to preventing a number of diseases. Elizabeth, can I read it when you're done with it? Or when it's published? I'm sorry for yelling. Can I read it? Want to read it? Oh, what she eats in a week. Yeah. Probably grass-fed beef with limited fat and vegetables with no butter on them. But the good vegetables, not the bad vegetables with the awful potatoes, you know, those evil potatoes. And I don't know. No, only water with lemon essential oils in them.
And craves carbs. So you're taking in the artificial sweeteners, they're killing that off. Now you're craving the carbs even more. Your body is tricked. It thinks it's going to get sugar. It doesn't. It wants more.
Can we read it on live stream? Can we also talk about the ridiculous cost of groceries? Some people are doing the best they can. Yep. Oh, and people in Young Living shade the hell out of canned vegetables because when they took the frequency of the canned vegetables, it was like 0. Excuse me? What?
So you just find yourself in this cycle of feeling hungry all the time, of feeling like you need those carbs and that sugar and that sweet thing all the time. Also, if you are over there and you're kind of like, I don't ever touch artificial sweeteners and I don't drink diet drinks, grains and empty carbs and regular sugars can also have some of the similar effects in terms of breaking down our brain and our body functions. Our blood sugar being regulated, you guys, I think that is going to be the big realization of the next.
Your blood sugar is supposed to spike after you eat and then it drops. When it doesn't or it doesn't come down, that's when you have the issue. But like your blood sugar spikes like when you eat. You know what I'm saying? And if it doesn't, or if it's an issue, then that is like pre-diabetic or diabetic. Oh my God, Eloise, it's been awful. We've learned that going to the gym is bad, but working out is okay, but not too much so you don't take too much time away from your family. But having too much muscles could be an addiction, but having muscles is okay. And running too hard isn't good for being a girl, but having endurance is okay. And then we've learned about toxic load, and I say learned loosely. And what else have we learned? Just fuckery, Eloise. So much fuckery. Eloise, if you want this video to react to, let me know. I think you have StreamYard, so you totally could do it. Anybody who wants to expose this team, let me know.
Next 5 to 10 years is how many of the problems that we are having are connected to our blood sugar being out of whack because of the.
You know who I want to take a look at that is kind of like contributing to a lot of these ideas that are wrong? Flav City, dude. And again, like, I can't really do it because I'm not a registered dietitian or anybody, but like, he's the one that is perpetuating all this stuff and doing his little app that tells you like what's Bobby approved and what's not Bobby approved, and like they're all like shilling the same idea. She does, Jen. She has like 10 or 11 kids. She gives tons of pregnancy advice. There's probably like 400 videos on this app.
Way that we eat and the choices that we make in that regard. When I worked on my candida, which I talked about on a call a few weeks ago, but when I worked through all of that, one of the biggest shifts that happened was that my blood sugar got balanced because I was not eating carbs and sugars and grains and things like that. And I increased my protein so much and was eating those things first thing in the day. We are so backwards in the way that we eat, and
we could totally do that.
To load our mornings with these things that are these quick burn carbs and sugars. And it's the exact opposite of what our bodies need. So we'll kind of work our way.
The exact opposite. Excuse me?
Back up our list a little bit with some suggestions and talk about a few things. So in terms of your blood sugar regulation, a few things that can be really, really helpful are to flip things around and start your day with your proteins. Start your day with a steak. Start your day with your like eggs that are loaded up with veg.
Karina, this might be triggering for you. I'm not sure. It's Ooh, this is a great screen grab. Let's go. No, I need to snip it. Gosh dang it. I need a snipping tool. Snip. No. Full screen. Window. Did I get it? Yes. Okay. Save. Save, save, save. On my desktop. She's talking about weight loss and essential oil fuckery and stuff like that. Okay.
veggies and don't do your sugars in the morning. Just that one switch. Again, it's not about what you're taking away, it's what you're adding to, and you're satiating your body and giving it the signal, you're going to get what you need today. You're going to have everything that you need. You're going to have slow burn energy for yourself today. You're sending your body all the correct messages of it being provided for, and that is going to take your entire day and change your cravings. It's going to change the way that you act, and it's going to change the way that you think, and it's going to change the way that you move in your day, and just be such a shift. This is also a really big deal for kids. I know it's not easy, but it can change so much about their behaviors. Because they tend to be the ones, if you ever go look at foods that are marketed to kids, go look at kids meals and go look at kids marketed product in the grocery store, you will find that there is very little there that is not sugar loaded and would do the exact opposite.
Apples, are those bad too? Bananas, when people can even afford, if they can afford fruit, like, what are you talking about? Applesauce, just apples in it. Oh, shocker. Mott's has applesauce, that's just apples.
To your blood sugar. 𝐔𝐄 Red is a way to flood.
There it is.
There it is. There's the fucking sales pitch. 𝐔𝐄 Red, the most expensive thing, or one of the most expensive things you can buy at Young Living. There it is. I'm done. I'm retiring. I was waiting for it. It took her 37 minutes and 44 seconds, and there it is. God, freaking hate it here.
There it is. 𝐔𝐄 freaking Red. 𝐔𝐄 is multiple fruits. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Best channel on YouTube. Peak Young Living. Yup.
Just give your kids the MLM juice instead. Yeah. And you're going to have a huge team to even be able to afford it, because it's like $400 for a pack of 6. Oh my God.
Let's see. 𝐔𝐄 Red. I'll tell you how much it is. Some people buy the 30-day individual packets. That's 63 bucks, I think. Let's just double check. The 2 bottles where you just pour it, the 4-pack is $193.42. So I was over when I said $400 for 6. But if it's just you, you're going to go through a whole bottle in 1 month. So doing the 2-pack, if it's you and your partner, it's $107 a month. If you don't have the discount, it's $82 if you have the discount. And that's not their 𝐔𝐄 drink that they have you do. You have to pour the 𝐔𝐄 Zing, or the Zing, which is their energy drink. Then you pour the 𝐔𝐄 Red. Then you pour the Nitro. And then you put the lime essential oil in. So it's expensive. And the ingredients are, just for proprietary 𝐔𝐄 Red blend: 58 grams 𝐔𝐄 wolfberry puree, Lycium barbarum, blueberry juice concentrate. Okay, so this is just the Latin names, or the official plant names, so I'll just read the non-hard ones. Blueberry juice concentrate, plum juice concentrate, cherry juice concentrate, aronia juice concentrate, pomegranate juice concentrate, proprietary blend of essential oils, 100 milligrams of grape seed extract, orange essential oil, pure vanilla, malic acid, pectin, sodium benzoate, natural stevia extract, premium and plus premium essential oil. That's what that means. It means it's a tangerine essential oils in it too. Oh, I missed the rest. Grape is in it, orange, yuzu, lemon, tangerine. Oh my God. That's what's in it. That's what's in the juice. Let's not ingest essential oils.
Your body with nutrients, it is very low on the glycemic index, and it has a lot of factors because of using that.
Yeah, they have the stevia in it because the fruit concentrates, like, they're not necessarily that sweet, especially if they don't get them when they're ripe. You know what I mean? But yeah, they have stevia in it. I drank it every day when I was in. I drank it every day.
Whole wolfberry fruit that are very balancing to your blood sugar. That's one reason that we do that first thing in the day too, and we get that in our system and we get all of that regulated. It's really interesting because I use that as a tool with my kids to help them to feel better, but it is an emotional regulator for my kids, and it's because of that blood sugar balancing. You get a toddler that's whiny, give them a 𝐔𝐄 packet, and all of a sudden they are acting so differently. My mom used
Give your kids essential oil juicy packet thing so they start behaving like a non-child, a very malleable robot. What? Excuse me?
You're making the claim that sorry, I keep doing this wrong. You're making the claim that ingesting your 𝐔𝐄 Red is going to fix your kids' behavioral things that you think are issues, but they're probably just your kid being a kid? I don't know if it's marked as a wine alternative. We did it as basically the equivalent of the happy juice. And they make claims that the 𝐔𝐄 Red is going to help you lose weight. They have always said that. Someone that the story passed around in Young Living is that she lost 100 pounds drinking 𝐔𝐄 Red. And it's like, you can't make that claim. Play.
To always tell me when I first had kids, she was like, before you get on to a child ever, my mom had 6 kids. She's like, before you ever get on to a child about their behavior, ask yourself, when is the last time they had a drink of water? When is the last time they had some protein? And when is the last time they rested? Because those are decisions that lie in your hands with a small child. And those are things that you need to ask you before you're requiring things of them. And it's not that we don't teach them the things about behaviors and all of that, but we have to ask ourselves the mom questions first, because they don't know that. And they don't know how to get those things. And they don't even.
I think that's fair to say, hey, when's the last time you rested? Or, hey, when's the last time you hydrated? I think those are fair things that any parent would be able to ask themselves. But if you're telling me that a 𝐔𝐄 Red packet is going to fix behavioral problems, which you just said earlier, I take an issue with that. Yes, the parent questions. Yes. Is this lady not constantly feeding her kids? Mine are constantly snacking. I mean, she has like, how many kids does she have? Courtney, I think she has 11. Courtney. She has a Instagram called Intentional Motherhood. 24,000. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I thought she had 10. Maybe I'm wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She only has 9. Sorry. My bad. She only has 9 kids. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She has 9 kids. And no shaming if you can take care of your kids. I thought she had 11. She only has 9. My 11-year-old is an absolute basket case when he's tired, but but so am I, so I can't fault him for that. Yeah, I mean, same.
Know that they need those things. So I always think about that. And a lot of times that water makes a huge difference, but I'll give them some 𝐔𝐄. I'll make sure they've had something with protein to eat. And it is so hilarious because
I'm not sure if they're the type of people who don't believe in college or not. I haven't looked too much into her, like, I know she has a fundamental undertone, but it's not to the level of like the Platt family or the Rodriguez family or anything, or the Duggar family or anything like that.
We were at my mom's with all, my mom has like 25 grandkids. I don't remember what the number is at this point, something like that. And we were over at her house, and one of the like very young kids that's 3 or 4 said something about,
I gotta take my medicine.
I'm having some fruit and I haven't even.
1 second. Sorry.
Any protein. And I just laughed so hard at a 4-year-old even knowing to throw that out there. I was like, this is who we are. I haven't even had any protein. And so these things are just really important, and we love to flood our bodies with these nutrients, with these things that we need. Young Living has Balance Complete, they have Power Meal, they have Pure Protein. They've done a great job of removing the sugars from a lot of those, getting those to be really good basic building blocks that give you some protein, that have less sugar, that taste good. When I start my day and I do one of those, like a Power Meal or a Pure Protein shake, and I'll put ningxia greens in it and collagen and what else did I have in mind the other day? I had Pure Protein, raw milk, ningxia greens, collagen, and I know I'm leaving something else. I had a bunch of veggies, and like, I don't even remember, I had chia seeds and stuff from like a frozen packet in there. And I drank that, and then I had my ningxia drink that I had a ton of supplements. So between the ningxia drink and the smoothie, I realized I had 11 supplements, and I'm just sitting there double fisting these, and I drank them. And I had not slept well the night before, and I was driving my daughter. I was like, I feel so good. I have so much energy. And she was like, what did you have for breakfast? I was like, I had a smoothie. And I started listing out all of the things that were in it. And she was like, oh my goodness. And I hadn't even had any caffeine, but I just felt not like that buzzed feeling. I just felt so full of energy because my body was rushed with all of these things that were in my body and that were in there. So those are all some things that we love to do to get our body started. And there's a lot of more naturally occurring sugars that are balanced out because they also have good things in them. They still have some fiber in them. When you're eating honey, you have good things in there mixed with the sugars. When you're eating molasses, when you're eating some of these other things, coconut sugars, they have nutrients that go along with the sweeteners. It's not that we have to cut all of those things out, but we can give our body something where it actually still feels full. And when you're eating sugar, eat it with fat. Eat things, and when you're eating sweet things, eat sweet things that have lots of fat in them, because then your body will be like, that is enough. I have had enough. I have had what I need. It's when we eat those really, really empty sweet things that we have a tendency to want to do more and more and more of it. So that's one thing. Mind-wise, for your fats, the new green omegas is a great source of good fats. We do raw dairy. We do lots of beef. For me, I know everyone feels differently about this. I healed my body on beef because of the B vitamins and the fats and the blood sugar regulation. I was a different person because of increasing that. And so that's been really important for me. But I do the MindWise every day, and that's really important for me as well. And then when you're working out, making sure that you're not working out and depriving your body of things like your amino acids. Amino-wise is really, really important. If you're going
There's the second product. I mean, she already said 11 of them that are Young Living products, and the Amino-Wise is a product that they want you to drink too. Not everybody can eat beef. Not everybody can digest it. Not everybody eats animal protein. Man, was it Melaleuca beef beetle?
going to be working out, your body needs to be able to restore and recover. So if you're building muscle, if you're lifting weights, use your Amino-Wise. That's the other thing that I had in my drink that day. So that was one more thing. I'll type out all 11 things that I had in my 2 drinks, so you guys can go give that a shot tomorrow. But when we do the Amino-Wise and the pure protein or the power meal, things like that to give our body recovery, it does so much better with those muscles. And then those muscles, when built, will burn our fat for us. I mean, we talk a lot about in residual income. It's like, make your money work for you, make your muscles work for you, and burn your fat for you. That's what they do. And you work out and you set them off, and then they just start burning that fat away, which is awesome. Let them do their thing, but you need to give them what they need to recover. And
do you not know how your body loses weight? Your body needs a certain amount, from what I understand. I could be incorrect. But it's not just, oh, I need something. I need calories. I'm going to take it from the fat. Your body needs carbohydrates, fat, and protein to do your body processes. And if you don't eat enough protein, it's going to take the protein from somewhere in your body that has it. Dear God. Maybe I'm wrong. But it is not what she's saying. Amino acids are overrated. Supplements are not necessary for everyone. Yeah. Can you record it if you catch them? Brucey, hello.
And then in terms of oils that can kind of curb cravings, one of those is Sleek Essence. I don't know if you've ever used that before, but it is an oil blend, and Sleek is our kind of weight loss line. But what I love about it is what the Sleek line is about your blood sugar regulation. That is the entire purpose of the Sleek line. It's not about this like stimulant laden quick burn of fat. It is about you regulating your blood sugar. So Sleek Essence.
It's literally Young Living's weight loss product. Here, we'll share. Let me see if I can drag it over. Sleek Young Living is always sold out, by the way. So, and now they have a freaking essential oil that you can take internally. Ew. Sleek has tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, spearmint, 𝐔𝐿𝐒𝐄, and stevia. So it's basically, what is it called when your body loses water and the detox teas do them? Why do I get so nervous when I stream? Tea that makes you lose water. What is it called? Diuretic. It's all of those things are like natural diuretics. So are you losing anything, or are you like wrecking your insides and then you're losing some water weight? Dehydration. Yes. Diuretic. Yeah.
Supports the release of your free fatty acids and may help to break down your fat. And it curbs cravings. There's Sleek tea is tremendous for your gut. When your gut is doing what it needs to do and that bacteria is working well and you're eliminating well and you're removing toxins well and your antioxidants are working, then all of that helps with the release of fats. And so Sleek tea is really, really good for your gut. And that can be something that you just drink every day. You can put your Sleek oil into that tea, and that can just be a wonderful habit. I know there was a doctor that talked about one time when Life 9, which is our probiotic, was out of stock. she suggested taking sleep tea instead of Life 9. Like, that's how good it is.
Sleek wasn't in stock. It's never in stock. Maybe it's in stock now because so many people have left Young Living that they're not selling out like they used to. Let me share my screen. So here we have, let me do this. These are the Sleek products. The essential oil is, can I zoom? Sleek Citrus Slim. Yeah, being skinny is not important, but all the titles say otherwise. $68.09 for retail, $51.75 for the discount. The gum, chew the gum so you don't eat anything. $11.84 retail, $9 for the discount. Oh, I could do this. Sleek Shake. Coming back soon. You don't say. Another
product out of stock? Say it isn't so.
$75.66 or $57.50. And the oolong cacao. Oh, so instead of eat dessert, drink a chocolate tea. $29.93 or $22.75. So if you go to shop and you go to, which one would it be? Cleansing. They have all these so you can do a cleanse. These are all their cleansing products. Personal care, skincare, infused supplements. The Sleek section is all right here. And this is all they have now, but it's always out of stock, literally. So, remove, stop, present, share screen, entire screen, here. All right. Got it.
It is for your gut, which is really cool.
Come on.
And then peppermint increases energy and suppresses cravings. So when you feel
Oh, just the sales pitch has come, Sam. She has mentioned so many products that people can buy to help them with weight loss. And she is unabashedly sharing the Young Living stuff. Good question. But this gum tastes probably extra bad because it has stevia in it.
that need for something sweet, you can put a little peppermint under your tongue, drink a really cold glass of water with lots of ice and put a couple of drops of peppermint in it. And it's amazing how it will start to just kind of regulate that need to have something sweet. Also, remember when you're craving things that are sweet, a lot of times you're thirsty. That is a very true thing. When you start being like, I've got to have sugar, go drink a full glass of water and then see if you need sugar. Because
what? If you really want something sweet, drink a really cold glass of water and put peppermint under your tongue. Or go, what? My brain is breaking. What? You know what? Like, if you're hungry, go eat something. Honestly, go eat something.
Because being thirsty triggers all of those kinds of things in your brain. And then 𝐔𝐒𝐄 is an oil that is in Sleek that is helps to regulate your blood sugar. So a lot of people will take that under the tongue and just do that a few times a day or take it in capsules. So that's another great one. Then remember that another factor is our emotions. If we are stressed out, if we are traumatized, we tend to eat to hide ourselves, to calm ourselves, and to regulate our fight or flight. So it's that deal of I feel panicked. I feel like I don't know what to do. I feel nervous. I know if I go eat, then that will make me feel soothed and calmed.
What is so wrong about feeling calm and having food be that solution if you are in the situation of going into a panic attack or not. I'm not saying that's a solution every time, but think about this from a logical perspective. Let's say you can have something to eat that will give your brain a little bit of a I don't know, is it serotonin or dopamine? I don't remember. And then you can like take the edge off until you get to your counselor. We need counseling, not a Young Living rep. 100%, Heather. And again, maybe you can progress from using food to, with a clinician, helping you walk through that. I'm just wondering, like, is it, you're saying essentially do it on your own, and that food is bad. Oh my God. My daughter's therapist fetched chocolate for the exact reason to reduce cortisol from the stress of talking trauma. Damn it, Top Chat. It's kinda one of the oldest physical mechanisms in the history of life. Because she's a Royal Crown Diamond. She is the creme de la creme of Young Living, and she has lots of other Royal Crown Diamonds underneath her, and she makes money from people buying essential oils from her. So she can say all these things, apparently. Well, stevia is quote unquote natural. So she's fine with it. They all have certain things that they are totally okay with.
It's something known, and it's something where my body feels like I'm giving something to it, and something that is familiar, and something that it associates with being soothed. And so then I'm going to repeat that pattern over and over again. If we can learn other ways to calm ourselves, then we won't have to do it as often through those things. So oils like Valor to help with the courage and determination that we need to make changes. When you go and
Yeah, but stevia doesn't have any calories, Sam, and they hate calories apparently. Ironically, my kids are more in fight mode when they are hungry or thirsty. Good point. Yeah, I think she does have notes. Unfortunately, her notes had contradictions built in, and she's not catching them.
start making changes to the way that you eat, your brain is like, start setting off all kinds of alarms. They're changing something. Everybody panic. We're all going to die. It's all different. Like that's what your brain starts doing whenever you do something that's a big change. And so reminding yourself, it's actually okay. Actually eating a steak for breakfast is not going to kill you. I know that that's not what you usually eat for breakfast. And I know you don't think that's a breakfast food, but here's some Valor. Be courageous and eat your steak. Like you just literally talk to yourself and remind yourself and remind your brain.
I bet she did carnivore to quote unquote heal herself. I bet she did carnivore. I bet she did carnivore. Oh my God. Yep. Valor is the one they were always out of, and I thought I needed it, and then they came out with Valor 2, and it sucked and smelled like donkey. Valor did smell good to me. Wait, why am I hyping myself up to eat steak for breakfast? Because she healed herself with steak. Yes. But I think that she did it because she's saying how much she healed herself with beef, and it's hitting the little like red flag note section of my brain that she might have done that. Maybe she didn't, but I'm just curious if she did.
That change can be a good thing, and that you know what you're doing, and that you're making a conscious decision, and that you're taking care of yourself. If you need to do that out loud, do it. If you need to do it in a journal, do it. It takes time to reset our brain. Remember that about yourself. And again, acknowledge the fact, hey, brain, thanks for trying to take care of me. Thanks for trying to protect me. Because you know what we do instead? We say things to ourselves like, you're so stupid. You can't even do this for one day. You can't even eat right for one day. You're so ugly. You always do this wrong. You always mess up. You always go back to eating what you do before. You've done this so many times and you never do it right. That's what we start telling ourselves. And then is it any wonder that we don't make any progress? Is it any wonder that our body goes right back to hiding us with weight? To hiding us in our habits? We're so mean. So excruciatingly mean to ourselves. Be kind. Speak kind words to yourself. Speak kind words to your brain. Don't talk to yourself in a way that you wouldn't let someone else talk to yourself. Because it will never make progress. Your body will never cooperate with you. Would you cooperate with someone that was treating you like that? No, you would want to do.
You are your body. I mean, you are your body, but like you're interconnected with your body. I'm confused. Maybe I'm taking it too literally. I stopped talking to myself like that because of my amazing therapist, not your poopy MLM poo.
Anything to go against it and protect yourself. That's what your body is doing. Instead, you use those oils, use your valor, use your stress away, use your white angelica, and your stress away. Stress is.
She is telling people, she's doing this talk, and everyone is listening to it, and they can also reference it in their little app. And then people are going to be talking about this to all of their prospects because it's the new year and everybody has these goals for losing weight, and all of the things that she's brought up are very expensive. The essential oils combined with the sleek line, combined with all of the 𝐔𝐄𝐒 supplements and all the other things she said, it adds up. It adds up.
The number one factor in weight gain and retention, which leads to just poor choice after poor choice. White angelica can help us with carrying.
And this is a good point. Heather is an anti-MLM creator. And Heather said, I understand therapy is expensive, but we could use the money we used to buy these products to see a therapist a few times. Yep. With, in my opinion, a far more effective outcome.
The weight and expectations of others and feeling out of control, which leads to us carrying weight and stress. So a few ways that we can beat the stress as well as calming ourselves. One is with cortisol. So cortisol is.
You have struggle with cortisol? Cortisol. Set aside that chocolate, which could help. But no, get this cortisol. That's super expensive.
Supplement that helps your body with hormone imbalance. When you're stressed out, your body releases cortisol, which is known as the death hormone. Very dramatic, but true. It is literally the hormone that slowly kills you. And
what? Doesn't your body age? Wait. Eloise, are you still here? If you're spending $100 to $120 a month on supplements, take that and go to a therapist once a month if you don't have insurance. Yeah. Thank God. I was like, that doesn't sound right to me. False. Who calls it that? Oh my God. Could you just sleep more? Gara-chan, you know what? That's a great, I mean, if you can sleep. Sometimes I can't. This week's been a bad sleep week. Don't tell her about cell death. I know. I'd say I wouldn't want to disappoint her, but like, did she forget to pay attention? The death hormone is not a thing. Thankfully that y'all are smart, because I'm like, what? It also shocks me that you're going to say something and you haven't researched it, or you're totally fine saying it, and then come to find out it's not based. And I believed, obviously, I got sucked into this shit. Yes, continually being stressed with raised cortisol can be hard, but it's not killing you. This is Eloise's channel if you're looking for science. And a practicing pharmacist who is in incredible standing in her community and is like doing all the shit where she lives. Eloise is your person. My son heard her say Angelica and he thought she was talking about my maid with the same name. That's awesome.
So a little bit of it is designed to make our bodies kick into gear and do what they need to do. But when you live at raised cortisol levels, it is extremely dangerous. And so many of us are doing that today. And you can see cortisol weight and hormonal weight right around your middle. That weight that will not go.
Yeah, because she's still looking at you, if you're healthy, by how thin you are. Even though she said it wasn't about being thin. I hate it here.
Way around your middle is very often related to hormones and cortisol and toxins. Those are three things that is really, really very often what is going on there. So Cortistop is.
That is a company I have not covered. I got sucked into USANA. Same type of health and wellness supplement, MLM. Oh, I should cover that next. Do you have a top leader I could look at? Or like point me in the right direction? Not the toxins.
Some people take it an ongoing way. More people use Cortistop for a short time, use it for a few weeks, use it for a few months until you feel that sense of being more regulated in that stress. Cortistop is really dramatic. I would say that it is instant. Like you take it, and I would describe it as when you feel like things are just climbing and climbing and they're up here and they're choking you and you can't take it anymore and you feel anxious, and you take Cortistop and you feel it all drain out your feet in minutes.
I took Cortistop when I was in Young Living. I don't know if I liked it because of a placebo effect or what. Eloise, if you're still here, can I read you the ingredients? So Cortistop capsules are $83.22 for retail, $63.25 for discount, and ingredients are pregnenolone, Okay, I can't read this. Okay. Sorry. Remove. Oh god. Present, share screen. Okay. It's down here at the bottom, in the bottom corner. Phosphatidylserine, 𝐓-phosphatidylcholine, black cohosh root extract, DHEA, derived from wild yam root, clary sage, which is an essential oil, flowering top, Canadian fleabane, essential oil, flowering top oil, fennel, seed oil, frankincense, peppermint, aerial parts, oil, other ingredients, rice flour, silica, gelatin. Is there like, I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't do anything. And it was one of the products that like took the edge off. It felt like for a period of time, and then it didn't work as well before I was able to go to the doctor in 2022. She's the epitome. My dad says, well, there's a long story, so if you don't know the story, but she's the epitome of condescending crunchy mom that talks down to you about your issues, in my opinion. Yeah, I know it's the epitome. Yeah. Remove. Okay. We're almost done. I think we're almost done. Oh my god, we're almost done. Let me speed her up a little bit. Or maybe it was way too fast.
really, I know that sounds dramatic, but it's really, really true. And I think so many people need it. So that is a great one to consider. And especially if you have a lot of hormonal issues that go along with your weight that you can't lose. Super B is another one. Stress depletes B vitamins, which results in exhaustion, which results in poor eating choices. And that's a vicious cycle that repeats itself. It also means that we don't have the energy to move. We don't have the energy to work out. We oddly enough, when we're overexhausted, we don't sleep well. So crazy. And so that those B vitamins being depleted by our stress levels can really contribute to all of that, to our mental health, which then causes us again to make poor choices. So taking vitamin B is really important. There's good amounts of B in Master Formula, which I can't recommend enough as just a basic core supplement for your health as a multivitamin. So good for you, so good for your gut, so good for all these aspects that we're talking about. But I take Master Formula and I take 2 Super B every.
It almost sounds like she's acting like a doctor, recommending all this. Oh, they're so good, and I take this, like we're supposed to take it too.
Day. And I think for so many women and at our stress levels and having had, especially if we've been in childbearing years and all of those different things, we just need a lot of B, unless you're getting a whole lot in your diet. And I get a lot in my diet and take all of those things. Then another thing for beating the stress is longevity. The longevity supplement is full of antioxidants because
another supplement, longevity.
It's these oils that go in, they go through the cell membranes and they carry those antioxidants all throughout our body to clean out our cells. And that slows that aging process as the body responds and cleans and clears and heals those damaged cells, which is then really effective for us in all the ways that help us to lose the weight and to be active and to move and to feel good and to thrive, which is
So again, it's about being thin. Is that what you're saying, Courtney?
the whole goal. So cortisol, Super B, and longevity are really great if you feel like that there's a large amount of stress at the bottom of your weight staying on. And then those oils for calming, if you feel like there's a lot of emotions, if you feel like that there is potentially some of what I talked about at the beginning of the call in terms of your weight trying to cover you from trauma and things in your past, then I highly recommend going through either the Feelings Kit or the Freedom Sleep and Release Kit.
The Feelings Kit? Okay, let me tell you how much the Feelings Kit is. $267.43 for retail, $203.25. And these are all small bottles, not big bottles. So they're 5 milliliter bottles. So she's making recommendations. She's made over $1,000 worth of recommendations on this call alone. What?
Both of those are really effective for letting go of that trauma, working through that, and showing your body. Each of those oils and those kits helps your body to see that it's safe, that you're taking care of it, and that you're listening to it. It helps you to go back to that younger version of yourself and say, hey, I know that you got ignored. And so you started working to cover yourself because people weren't going to protect you. But now this older version of me, I see you, little me, and I'm going to protect you and I'm going to take care of you. And you don't have to hold on to this weight anymore to do that. You're no longer required to carry that role because I have now grown up and I'm a big person and I have power and strength and I am capable of doing that for you. And so that message is really, really important. And if you need to journal about that and work through that, but just sending that message and letting that younger version of yourself know that you're there to take care of that and to process that can do so much for your body's ability to drop weight like that it's holding on to. And then just making sure that you're flooding your body with nutrients that satiate it. Things like we talked about, like those drinks, like the Pure Protein, the Power Meal, ning-sure red, Master Formula, MindWise, just so many. You guys, we have so many good things that we can put in our bodies. And every day I wake up and I look around me. I have the nutrients to flood my body with. I have oils surrounding me that help me to remind my body that it is safe and taken care of, to clean out cells on the very basic level. I have tools that help me to be strong. So
Ashley Molstad called and said that you're encroaching on her non-therapist therapy territory, ma'am. Okay.
I can move and work out. We just have so much at our fingertips. And it really, really is beautiful when you think about it. We have things to help our guts so that we can process the things that need to move out of our bodies. We have everything that we need. And so we can really, truly remind ourselves, I do have everything that I need. I have everything that it takes to take this.
And it's even more dangerous, Hannah, because she is a Royal Crown Diamond. So people not only are on her team, look to her because, oh, I joined her team, so I'm going to listen to her, or they believe the same things. They convince themselves to believe her things because of her position as well. It's so twisted. It's so twisted.
steps to move into the version of myself that I want to be. But I just highly encourage you, when you picture that version of you that you want to be, I really encourage you not to picture a certain weight or a certain look, because that can be very deceiving and that can be like a moving target and something that tricks us a lot. Instead, I encourage you to visualize yourself at a way that you want to be. So as you go into it, you ask yourself, what activities do I want to be doing with my children, with my grandchildren, with my friends, with at my work, in the ministries that I do in my life? What are the activities that I want to be doing? What do I want my life to look like? What time do I want to be getting up in the morning? What kind of activities do I see myself doing? When do I see myself going to bed and resting? What do I see myself eating? How do I see myself feeling? Those are the things, because those are very reachable goals. Those are things that you have control over. You don't necessarily have control over what that pound says, what that number says, but you do have control over those decisions that you make and the choices of what your life and your lifestyle look like. And that is always our ability to control.
Let me say this. Your ability to control like your life and your lifestyle and all that other stuff. Take her own advice. You can stop ordering from Young Living if you have felt like you need to, but you can't because of your relationship with her, anybody in Young Living or any multi-level marketing company that you're in. You can pivot at any time. I say that like in frustration because it took me a long time to leave because of the community. It took me a long time to leave because of the friends that I thought I was going to lose, and I did lose. So, but if you're stuck and you're constantly going into debt every month for your multi-level marketing product and you're in a worse place now than you were before you joined, take a couple of seconds and like think about what your life could be like after you leave. Oh my God.
Or the things that we're doing and the thoughts that we're thinking. And our body then will follow in stride and will serve us in following along with what we create with those thoughts and those choices. And so I would really encourage you, when you get off this call, to sit there for a minute and spend a few minutes really thinking about what you want that to look like, what that is that you dream about. I know one of the things that I want to work on is really on getting stronger, because I'm 43. I have a small baby that's not even a year old. And I visualize myself being 75 and being strong and dancing at his wedding or with his kids or all of those things, and just having muscle and having that serve me for many, many years to come. And so those are things that are very, very motivating to me. And so as we sit and think about those things, and then ask yourselves, what are some choices that you can start making, not to deprive yourself, but to give yourself the things that you need, and then your body will respond to you in the way that you have responded and provided for it. So I hope that that is helpful. I'm going to go and type in the chat what was in my drink, and you're free to go if you don't want to wait on that, because it'll take me a second to type it all out. But for those of you that want to see it, I will type it in the chat before I go. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for spending your time with us. We have a whole lineup of great calls in August. We're going to be doing a call on sleep next week. That's going to be tremendous. Then we're going to do a call on kids health and a call on teen health. And
kids health?
What?
And since we're back to school, it's just going to be a lot of really great things. So be watching for that. And I hope you have a great night. And I will go type my drink in the comments.
It's over. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Oh my Lanta. What just happened? I'll tell you, if you think this was, yes, I'm upstairs. I don't have my sound. I have to get a couple of my sounds up here on this board. I have like a baby travel board when I come visit Jessica. Maybe I'll just take the big board. Good. Hold on. I'm streaming. What's up?
Are you ready for a snack?
Yeah, I'll come get it. Sorry. I'm almost done. My mom's so sweet. Let's go into, here are some of the apps, and here are some of the videos that she did. A welcome new customers, make a shift reset kit. That's from Young Living. Let's see, resources. New year, new kit and prizes. The January Zoom class, Cleansing 101. Your January business plan, all things cleansing and emotions. Yum. Simplified winter collection, blah, blah, blah. Where's the Zoom calls? Zoom 2024. 2024, a year at a glance. Vision 2024. Sweet sleep class. That's too close to keep sweet for me. Immune support upgrade class. Immune support upgrade? Excuse me? Onboarding loyal customers, customer systems. A day in the life of a young living business. We've done a few of these already. I mean, there's hundreds in here. Oils education, bumps, beauty, and blooms, skincare magic. Looking for a side gig. Simple swaps that was last year for the holiday. How to earn $500. Getting started with 𝐔𝐒𝐄 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐍. I mean, like it just keeps loading because there's just more and more and more and more and more. Am I frozen? Wait, am I frozen? Bye, Kate. Okay. Well, that's the end of the stream. What are the wrap-ups? What are our takeaways? I need to have a little takeaway stinger like, what did we learn today? Well, stop giving advice if you are not a registered dietitian or a licensed professional. The science fluffery was out of control today. I don't even know what to say. Don't join an MLM. I wish I had better things to say. If you want to learn more about science, go to Eloise's channel because I certainly couldn't debunk everything that she was saying. If you're here at the end and you feel a little slimy after everything she said, and maybe you're like waffling on if what she said is true or not, she's mixing just enough of truth to confuse you. And you saw it. She brought in the product recommendations once she got you to the point at minute 37 where you're in a tumultuous state, and then she gives you the answers, which in fact are tied to her commissions. So she's recommending over $1,000 in product for you to take, and she, if you order from her, would make a commission off that. Or if you order from someone in her downline, you affect her overall, her OGV. Think about that before you go into a tailspin and get upset about all the things you don't understand yet. So, oh yes, also this. We learned nothing. Oh. I'm going to go have a snack. If you haven't taken your meds or hydrated in a bit, definitely go do that. And don't forget to eat today. And I will see you next time on another technical difficulty stream with DC. Okay. Goodbye.